All right, was this a volume or what?
I've got the volume. Well,
okay. What do you need?
Just
give me about a 2-minute interview.
When did you get involved with wrestling?
When did I get involved in wrestling? When I was born. I was born into a wrestling community. And so when I was a little baby, they drugged me around. I was in wrestling rooms, even though I didn't know it. But my first organized was at the YMCA, was the practices. It was not competitions. It was in the 5th and 6th grade, I believe. I actually went up and worked out with the junior high too in 6th grade. But first competitions weren't till 7th grade, believe that or not.
Now, was there freshman competition?
No, I did not have freshman competition. Freshman was junior high where I was at.
Why still with it after all these years and retiring?
Why still? It's my life, you know. I live and eat and breathe this stuff. Opportunities for kids, you know, that's what it is. It's what it's all about. It's a sport that teaches an unbelievable type of work ethic and demand, and it's not for everybody, but it should be. But at the same time, I think that you need to offer to whoever wants to participate in it.
Did you think anything like on this grand scale would happen when
I never really thought about it. I just worked hard, listened to my coaches, and believed in what they said, and I just kept getting better all the time. And when I had a few setbacks, I got even more serious, and that rose me to a higher level every time. But I didn't have a lot of setbacks, but when I did, they were meaningful to the point that it made me really, really focused. And it's hard to believe that you can be also already focused and then focus more, but that is human nature. You really don't utilize all your potential.
In terms of your first setback with Larry, what'd you think right after that?
With Owings, I was devastated. But, you know, that match made my career. It made it because it taught me how to be a dominant athlete, not to take any for granted, but it also taught me so much in coaching. I learned so much in that match. It's kind of allowed me to be at a much higher level than I ever would have been had I not had I won that match.
In terms of trying out for the '68 Olympics, what about after that?
'68 Olympics was kind of a learning process. I was 19 years old and I really wasn't serious about it, but the guys were very good at that time, and it was my first freestyle, but I definitely got serious in a hurry and went to the camp, spent the time in the camp, learned under some great people, and it taught me real quick that what I needed for the future. So without that '68 camp, I probably wouldn't have been the same athlete as well.
And just your accomplishments for the '72 Olympics. Wow, no.
Well, by the time the '72 Olympics hit, I was ready to beat anybody at any weight. That's just kind of where you think. You know, I didn't ever even think about losing the Olympics. Yeah, I just knew I was going to win the gold medal, and I didn't even realize I went unscored upon until after. But just do what you got to do, and if you're focused and you're unbelievably focused, you get a lot of things accomplished.
What are some philosophies that you live by in terms of coaching?
Well, I try to live by what's right. You know, you can decipher what's good and what's bad, what's right, what's wrong. I try to do what's good and I try to do what's right. And when I do that, I find out a lot of things can get accomplished and you go in the right direction all the time. You don't get many setbacks. So my philosophy is based on a lot of strong faith from what is good and bad.
And last advice for freshmen coming in who've been wrestling already but coming into high school competition? And
well, you got to make a new level of commitment. You know, whatever level you're at and you're doing well, when you go to a higher level, it's going to be more difficult. People go off to the sidelines because there's only, say for an example, there might be 200 high school state champions, but there's only 10 Division I national champions. So a lot of kids are going to fall off. The ones that don't are the ones that usually rise to the occasion, grab a new level of dedication and discipline, and run with it.
Excellent.